Middle-class Americans are leaving blue states in record numbers, and it's not hard to see why. Skyrocketing housing costs, crushing taxes, and rising everyday expenses are making life nearly impossible. In this video, we're uncovering the blue state middle-class exodus, revealing which states are bleeding residents and why so many families are struggling to keep up. The rising cost of living in blue states. For decades, blue states have been celebrated for their cultural vibrancy, economic opportunities, and progressive policies. Cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, Seattle, and Boston attract talent, creativity, and investment from across the country and world. However, all these advantages come at a steep price, and the middle class is feeling it most acutely. Housing costs in these cities have skyrocketed. A modest two-bedroom apartment that once rented for $1,500 per month now often exceeds $3,500. Even smaller cities in blue states, such as Portland or Boulder, are seeing rapid inflation in housing and living expenses. Groceries, utilities, transportation, healthcare, and childcare are all above national averages, squeezing household budgets tighter each year. Middle-class families increasingly face difficult choices: cut back on savings and discretionary spending, endure long commutes from more affordable suburbs, or consider leaving the state entirely. High taxes compound the struggle. Middle-class households in blue states are also contending with some of the highest tax burdens in the nation. State income taxes, local taxes, and property taxes can consume a substantial portion of annual earnings. California's top marginal income tax is over 13%, while New York state and city taxes together can push residents into double-digit tax rates. Property taxes, while capped in some regions, remain high due to elevated property values. Many middle-class families who own homes find themselves paying tens of thousands in combined state and local taxes each year. Although these taxes are often justified as funding education, infrastructure, and public services, the tangible benefits for residents often feel limited. For families whose wages have not kept pace with inflation, this tax burden translates into fewer opportunities to save, invest, or plan for retirement. Housing affordability crisis. Housing markets in blue states have become particularly punishing for the middle class. Rapid population growth, combined with zoning restrictions and regulatory hurdles, has limited supply and driven up prices. Cities like San Francisco and New York have seen the median home price climb into the high six figures or even seven figures, well beyond what a typical middle-class family can comfortably afford. Renters face similar challenges, with rents rising faster than wages in many urban areas. This housing crunch forces many families to either compromise on location and quality or consider relocating to states where housing is attainable and predictable. Healthcare costs add to the pressure. Healthcare, often touted as a progressive success in blue states, still presents a significant financial challenge for the middle class. Premiums, deductibles, and out-of-pocket costs have risen faster than inflation, straining household budgets. While government programs may alleviate costs for low-income residents, middle-income families frequently fall into the coverage gap. Not poor enough to qualify for subsidies, yet not wealthy enough to absorb high healthcare bills comfortably. The result is a growing sense that middle-class families are increasingly financially vulnerable despite being gainfully employed and contributing to the economy. Job market versus living costs. High costs and taxes are only part of the story. Wage growth has not kept pace with inflation in many blue states. While these regions often host thriving industries such as tech, finance, and entertainment, the benefits are disproportionately concentrated at the top. Middle-income professionals may earn respectable salaries, but when adjusted for housing, taxes, and everyday expenses, their real purchasing power is declining. This mismatch between income and cost of living is driving a significant number of families to reconsider their long-term prospects in blue states and look for opportunities elsewhere. Quality of life and urban challenges. Middle-class families are not only weighing finances, but also the broader quality of life. Urban centers in blue states frequently struggle with crime, homelessness, and congestion, creating daily stress for residents. Commuting times are long, public transportation can be overcrowded, and city services are stretched thin. Even for those who can afford premium neighborhoods, the pressure of balancing career, childcare, safety, and leisure creates an ongoing tension. Families increasingly ask themselves whether the vibrant culture and job opportunities of blue states are worth the personal and financial strain. The middle-class migration trend. The combination of high costs, taxes, and urban pressures has fueled a growing exodus of the middle class from blue states. Migration data shows families are moving to states like Texas, Florida, Arizona, and Tennessee, seeking more affordable housing, lower taxes, and a more manageable pace of life. This trend is reshaping demographics, with middle-class households the traditional backbone of local economies, leaving in significant numbers. For blue state policymakers, this raises questions about the sustainability of current fiscal and social policies and the long-term impact on urban economies and public services. What the future holds for blue state residents. The middle-class exodus presents both challenges and opportunities. States losing residents face shrinking tax bases, potential labor shortages, and economic restructuring. Yet, this shift also opens dialogue about balancing progressive policies with economic sustainability, affordable housing, and middle-class retention strategies. Families considering relocation must weigh the pros and cons. Staying in a state with abundant cultural and career opportunities but high costs, or moving to a region that offers financial relief but may lack the amenities and networks they value. Ultimately, the question, can you still afford to live here, is no longer hypothetical. It is driving life-changing decisions for thousands of families across the country. That's the reality of the middle-class exodus from blue states. Soaring costs, crushing taxes, and a shrinking quality of life are pushing families to pack up and leave. These trends are changing communities and reshaping America's economic landscape in real time. If you're thinking about your own future or just want to understand why so many are leaving, this video gave you the inside look. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay ahead of these shocking shifts.